Hey guys, today I've got a fun, inexpensive, and easy craft for you. My favorite thing about it is how customizable it is for any style decor or any age. Let's get into it. You're going to need a paper lantern, and you can use any color, any size that you'd like. It just depends on how large you want your hot air balloon to be and what color and style you want it to be. I will leave a link in the description box to the ones that I bought for mine. They were 10 inches. First, you'll just put the metal part inside of the paper lantern and expanding it. It was super easy to do. Now this part is completely optional, and if you are keeping your hot air balloon indoors, you won't even need to do this step, but I want to put this hot air balloon on my covered porch, which probably isn't a good idea considering it's paper, but I'm giving it the best chance that it can get and giving it a coat of this dishwasher safe Mod Podge. They do sell outdoor Mod Podge, but I didn't have any. But you're also going to need a basket of some sort. I had some of these 1 pint little wooden containers that I got from Amazon. I will leave the ones I bought in the description box, but you can use any sort of container as the basket for your hot air balloon. I think it would be a great idea to use a little tomato container, like a cherry tomato container, and wrap it in twine, any sort of recycled container that you might have. I just happen to have a pack of these and they need to be used up. So I will leave a link in the description box for these as well. I'm going to be using jute string as the main support ropes on the hot air balloon. And I'm going to put one along each of these seams on the balloon, and there are 8 seams. There happens to be 4 sides on my basket, so that's going to be 2 ropes on each side of the basket, if that makes sense. You'll see here in a moment what I'm talking about. But I think it's important for you to cut these support strings exactly the same length. That way your basket will be hanging level. So you do the same thing, the same length, and the same amount of fold over as you're gluing here on the inside of your paper lantern, and just assuring that all your ropes will be the same length when you go to glue them to whatever basket you're using. Once I had all of my pieces of jute string tied at the top, I went ahead and about halfway down the paper lantern, I put a dot of hot glue just to keep the rope stable so it wouldn't slide around on the paper lantern and stay in place. I glued 2 strings to each side of my little basket here, trying to space them as evenly as possible. To cover that all up and give it a more finished look, I'm just going to wrap this top edge of the little basket all the way around with the jute rope. You really can get creative with this hot air balloon and do any sort of decorative elements on it using ribbons and different embellishments. I just decided to do a little bit of a pattern here on the top with some more of the jute rope. It's the style I'm going for is just very basic, but you could make it as fancy as you wanted. You could even paint the paper lantern. There's just, the options are endless with this, and it was really fun to make. But I'm just going to wrap a piece of string here along the top. I'm trying to keep it, the same all the way around. Now, this paper lantern, the inside structure was a spiral. Actually, I don't know if all paper lanterns are like that, so you just have to keep an eye on it. You might not be able to use those ridges as a guide to glue your decorative elements along, because if it's spiraling, then it's going to change positions where it is, and you won't end up in the same place as you started, if that makes sense. But I'm just cutting up the jute rope here in different pieces and making sort of a decorative top for my hot air balloon. There are all sorts of these online. Most of the ones I saw were ones for sale that people made, like on Etsy. The one that I liked the most that I saw an image of, which really was my inspiration for this style, it was just a picture. I clicked on the link, it was on Pinterest, and it was sort of, not a broken link, but it was just sort of an article that had a picture of it but didn't show the original. It was just sharing different types of these hot air balloon, these decorative ones, and it didn't link back to the original owner of this image, so I don't know who, did the inspiration for, the one that I liked the most, but I'm not doing mine exactly like they had it, but I definitely like this neutral, sort of natural look of this one. As one more embellishment on this hot air balloon, I wanted to make some little, what represents little sand sacks that you would see on the sides of a hot air balloon. And so I'm just taking some scrap fabric and using hot glue instead of sewing, and just gonna make some little bags, and instead of filling them with sand, I'll just put a wooden bead in each of them to make the little bag look rounded. This whole project for me cost less than $5. The pack of the paper lanterns, while it was like $12 for me, it came with quite a few, to where it was about $2 for each paper lantern. And the same with the little wooden basket. It came out to about $1.50 for each of those in the pack once you split it up. And I just used twine that I already had and scrap fabric that I already had. So it was super cheap to make, and it would be a neat project to use up some of your little scraps and little, extra embellishments that you want to use up. Once I got it complete, after hot gluing all the little sandbags onto each side of the basket, I took some decorative sand from the Dollar Tree and put some in a sandwich bag, and then I put that down in the basket to weight it down, because that's going to give your hot air balloon a nice look and make those ropes look stretched, and give some weight in there so it doesn't blow around as well. And then I just covered up the sand with some more of the scrap fabric, and I wish I hadn't have done so much sand. Don't weight it down too much, because my weight was actually so heavy that it was bending the balloon. I noticed after I took the pictures of it that I was really pulling on that very heavy with that heavy bag of sand in there. It was too heavy. But I was just showing you there that you can also put a battery pack light from the Dollar Tree in there to make it a light as well. So there's a lot of different things you could do with this, and it was a very fun project to make. Thank you so much for watching today. If you like this video, click that thumbs up. And if you're new, consider subscribing. It helps my channel out and it assures that you won't miss any new videos that I upload. I hope you all have a wonderful day. See you in the next one.